And before that, all the day's action in Match of the Day.
Coming up here on Match of the Day, here on Boxing Day coverage, as Newcastle United will take on Manchester United here at St James's Park for this evening. And also the game after that at the Etihad Stadium as Manchester City, as they will take on Spurs. And that matchup also will be a very intense game also between the two sides, coming up here on Match of the Day here on Boxing Day this afternoon. And we are now moving into this matchup here coming up first, featured here on Match of the Day, as we go to St James's Park Stadium, as Newcastle United, as they take on Manchester United. And also in the studio right here on Boxing Day is very familiar to Newcastle and played for Newcastle through the years, and even had that rivalry with Man United during the late 90s and also early 2000s, Alan Shearer. Alan, I know that you know these two teams quite well in your playing days, and we know that obviously for Newcastle they always come up short and finish second every single season when Sir Alex Ferguson won the Premier League title during those late 90s and also those early 2000s when Newcastle were up there as a top team in the league. And look back at it now, do you really think that Newcastle should have won a Premier League title? And even what was the reasons why Newcastle did not get anywhere closer to United or win the Premier League title itself when you played for Newcastle at that period of time? We have the quality, Gary, in terms of our squad to actually win a Premier League title under maybe Sir Bobby Robson when I actually played under him, or maybe under Ruud Gullit at the time. But I think that the reasons why we didn't win the league is because we had better teams above us, like Arsenal, for example, a team that, you know, had obviously Arsene Wenger was never heard of by British football when he took over from Arsenal in 1996 and made Arsenal into a team to compete with Man United. And also United had a very good team as well, like with Beckham, with Roy Keane at the time. You got Dwight York, obviously Teddy Sheringham as well played for the team at the time. And they had that ruthless of a squad they had comparison to maybe more than Arsenal's, even more than us. But we did have our moments in terms of, you know, the FA Cup, you know, the Champions League, the qualification. Maybe not won any of those trophies in my playing career, and also Newcastle have not won a trophy for the last, 55 years as a football club in a major competition, not win anything since then. But in my playing career, I won the Premier League for Blackburn in the 94-95 season. But as of for me to join my boyhood club in 1996 and not to win anything from then until when I retired in 2006, I felt that we had a better team, but we had better teams above us like Arsenal and United also challenging for the Premier League title. So it really made it a lot hard for ourselves in our time as a top team back in the day. But I look back at it now and look at Newcastle now as a club now, and they are going in good places now with the new owners who took over 3 years ago. And they really want to take Newcastle to the higher levels, maybe for European football in the future for this football club, or maybe a Premier League title down the line. Who knows on that there, Gary? Thank you very much there, Alan. And we go now to the coverage here on Boxing Day as we have Newcastle United as they will play here against Manchester United here on Boxing Day. And let's get to that game between the two sides here at the 52,000-seater in Newcastle right here, right now. We head to the matchup right here, right now at St James's Park as Newcastle United have got Manchester United here in town here for this afternoon's game after Christmas on Boxing Day. As we know that obviously Newcastle have obviously want to try and get something here over United. But as for Man United, however, a good win over Everton on Saturday, as Everton had a very impressive season so far under Sean Dyche. But Alex Telles stopped that celebrations from happening for Everton to get a point hopefully in that match, as United scored that late winner in that game to end Everton's long unbeaten run in the Premiership. But now we move on to this game here for United. They play here against Newcastle, away from home, as Newcastle got their fans all behind them here. 51,000 every single week. Could they, the Toon Army, get the victory they want to try and get anything to try and climb up the table in the Premiership? They are currently outside of the European places in 8th position, but hopefully a win here right now for this afternoon might even push them maybe up to 5th or 6th. And that would be something that the points have been very tight between those positions in the league. And consistency in the league really matters in this Premiership, where you finish by the end of the season. But as for Manchester United, they are top of the league after beating Everton from Saturday, as Everton had a very good goal difference in first place. But obviously when United got themselves that late goal, that really sets the tone of how United, how their relevancy really matters in this season, if they've got any chances of winning the Premier League title by the end of the campaign. But however, it's good to have the football on Boxing Day. Every single year, Boxing Day has football stored in the British football. It's been happening tradition-wise for hundreds and hundreds of years of having football taking place on a Boxing Day. And we're going to have it right here, right now, for the match-up. United kick things off here, and here we go for the match between United and Newcastle. And let's see if Newcastle get anything out of this match-up, hopefully here at St James's Park this afternoon. And now it's Sean Longstaff now to pass to Callum Wilson. And now he's Joelinton. Joelinton now having a chance to score here for a goal. Good defending. Good block there from Marquinhos there for Manchester United right there now. Good to see from them. To Luke Shaw. Now all the way there now to Marcus Rashford. And now Shah. Goal maybe. Oh, save. Brilliant save right there from, obviously from Nick Pope. Cristiano Ronaldo was on that. And it's going to be now a corner here for Manchester United. Pass there short here now to Marcus Rashford. Now here's Casemiro. Ronaldo has a shot and it's gone blocked off there from Livramento there for Newcastle. And now he's Sean Longstaff now for the Toon Army. As Newcastle now go on the attack here now against Man United here. Could be any chance. Oh, Marquinhos won the ball back here now. Here's Bruno Fernandes. Now here's Ronaldo. Looking for an opportunity here now for United here now. Rashford offside. And that was disappointing right there for Man United to not get anything out from that. So it's going to be offside, free kick for Newcastle. And now here's Livramento now. Really pushing forward here now for Newcastle United. The Toon Army. And now here's Kessie. Bruno Fernandes. Now Marcus Rashford now really pushing forward here now. Nice ultra attacking. There's a shot there, save! Right in the keeper's hands. And now it's Alan Saint-Maximin. Callum Wilson. Foul right there has been given. And a yellow card right there for Marquinhos. And he's been booked right there for Man United here in the game. And now Shaw will take it now to Longstaff. Sean Longstaff now past to Livramento now for Newcastle. Cross into the box there. Header shot. Block. Very close it was though. Very, very close. And Eddie Howe right there was a little bit very, let's say, optimistic for that ball to go into the back of the net. But it blocked off the defender there from Dalot. So it's going to be now a corner here for Newcastle. Good chance though for Newcastle in the match. Head away there from Man United. Longstaff. And now a chance here all the way to Joelinton. Easily right there to the hands of the goalkeeper there, Keylor Navas, for United here. And now here's Garnacho. And now here's obviously Bruno Fernandes. And now really ultra pressing here now. Here's Marcus Rashford here with the ball. Looking for a goal here. Fernandes! Goal! Could have been very close though for Bruno to get that ball into the back of the net. But it's obviously there gone, obviously wide. And now it's going to be here a chance though for a goal kick here for Newcastle. And now all the way now to Callum Wilson. Now is Longstaff. Looking for a pass maybe here, Sean Longstaff. He's passed it back to the goalkeeper very comfortably there, back to the keeper. Now here's to Sven Botman. Now Sven Botman now for Newcastle, looking for options here now for the Toon Army. Here's to Bruno Guimaraes. Now back to Shah. We've got 1 minute left until the first half, the end of the first half, with 1 minute to go until half time. And now Longstaff now. Looking for a pass here now to Livramento here for Newcastle. And now we lost the ball back here now for United. It's going to be half time. And no goals scored in the first half of the break here. As it's very good scenes here at St James's Park, as Newcastle really holding out this 0-0 in the game. As plenty of chances for both sides here at the break, as it ends in Newcastle 0, United 0, going into half time. For the second half, here we go, right here, right now. As we've got it underway in the second half, no goals in the first. As we are back, and let's see if anyone out of the two sides get anything out of this. Although you know, very famous from last weekend to get that last minute goal from Alex Telles to win them. The match is cheated. Oh, speaking of which, Newcastle from Callum Wilson almost scored against Navas. And now here's Sir Maximan looking for a chance here to make it 1-0 Newcastle. Good handlings there for the goalkeeper. I know United were very famous on that. Obviously, Everton are very, let's say, good start to the season and haven't lost a game at Goodison Park so far the campaign, but during that weekend ended Everton's good run and also moved up to top of the table above Everton in the league after that great result last weekend on Saturday. Now it's Kessie, has a chance for a shot. Good save right there for the goalkeeper there, and Nick Pope was there, keep that ball away, out from danger, but good chance for United to get themselves hopefully in the game a goal back. But here's Bruno Fernandes for the corner, and now a header there away there from Newcastle. Now here's Garnacho now for Manchester United, and now he's obviously there to Luke Shaw now for Man United, now looking for a pass there to Marquinhos. And speaking about Newcastle's next game, they've got Everton away from home. And could they get a result out of that game here? That would be something for Newcastle to do, after when United did the exact same thing during, obviously, that Goodison Park game. And obviously United are top of the league because of it as well. And hopefully they could, obviously they really want to try and get a result here right now in the afternoon game on Boxing Day to be very consistent at the top of the table. It's very hard to be top because you never know what will happen in the teams below that, like Liverpool and Everton, and also Man City's results. That really might put United away from that opportunity to be top of the league, obviously going into the new year of 2025. But hopefully they could do anything out of this matchup. A result could do for them if they can try and do so. But here's Dalot now, and now all the way there to Byrne. Now he's obviously there to Casemiro, and now cross into the box here. Now here's Dalot. And now here's Marquinhos. Now Slut with the ball. Luke Shaw. And now Kessie. And now Casemiro. Now here's to Dalot now. And Sir Maximan. Callum Wilson now the ball here for Newcastle. Now here's Sir Maximan. Great defending there from Marquinhos. And now here's Dalot. Now here's Byrne. Now Sir Maximan pacing through here. The attack here against the Newcastle's defence. Man United's defence, I mean. Chance here for a goal. Maybe for Newcastle. Good defending there from Slur, the German. We only got now 1 minute to go until the end of the game. It's still goalless here at St James's Park between United and also Newcastle. This may be a last minute goal, like what United did to Everton on Saturday. They might do it here, be sure. Now Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo has a chance for a shot. Ronaldo's through. It could be a goal. Save there from Pope. Oh, that could have been that goal like Telles did to United against Everton on that weekend. And Dan Burn comes off and Kraft comes on. A late substitution there for Eddie Howe's men. And let's see if United can get themselves that late goal. They're very good at that, of course, lately in the Premier League. head away there from Newcastle. And the whistle blows here for full time. And it's been a goalless game at St James's Park, as Newcastle were very defensive throughout the whole matchup and stopping United from scoring against them. And I've got to say, they made a better performance over Everton did in that last game and hold out a draw out of United here at St James's Park here on Boxing Day on the 26th of December. As the full-time score ends here right now, as it ends Newcastle United 0, Manchester United 0 at full-time. A big point right here between these two teams. Newcastle 0, Manchester United 0 at St James's Park here from Boxing Day afternoon. And Alan, your former club Newcastle got a point over the league leaders Man United here for this afternoon's game. How do you feel on the result here? No goals, a bit boring though the matchup, but at least Newcastle got a point over the league leaders here from this afternoon's game. It was a very good game, I've got to say, for Newcastle. Unbelievable to hold out this game for the whole 90 minutes of the matchup. I thought we played very, very well to be defensive and stop United and stop Ronaldo from putting the ball into the back of the net, especially Alex Telles as well, who scored that last minute goal on last weekend's game against Everton to win that matchup by 1-0 after Everton's great form so far this Premier League season. But as of this game here this afternoon, I can take a point. And we do play Everton, speaking of which, in our next game on New Year's Eve, and hopefully we can get a result out of that one, because for Newcastle, we're now up to 7th in the league, and we're only 3 or 4 points from the top 4, as that is very, very good for us to get a point over the league leaders, to get any confidence to go to Everton and get a result over there, because the points are very, very close in terms of 7th position and all the way up to 3rd and 4th position in the league. If Newcastle can get, let's say, 2 or 3 victories in the row in the Premiership, then Newcastle have a good chance maybe to be in those European places or potentially on the race for the Premier League title, but I don't really think that we're going to be involved in. But you never know in Premier League football how teams play from now until the end of the season. Look what Everton's trying to do at the moment, you know, with their results so far this season. It could be anyone's, it could be on the table in this Premier League season. But yeah, great point, great draw, and I thought Newcastle had a lot of character here for this afternoon on Boxing Day to stop United from getting any 3 points out of this matchup here from this afternoon's game. And now we move on now to our next matchup here at the Etihad Stadium, as Manchester City are going to be hosting Spurs in our second game here in Manchester for this evening. And let's get to that game right now between these two sides at the Etihad Stadium right here, right now, between the two teams. And this game's going to be very, very massive here at the Etihad Stadium. Manchester City, as they will take on Tottenham in this matchup. As Spurs, we know that for them, they obviously picked up a loss to Aston Villa by 4-2. They drew to Wolves 1-1. And also as well, Spurs got themselves a massive loss at home to Chelsea. And they only picked up only 1 point out of 3 games. And on match day 10, that was the last time that Spurs ever got a result in the league by beating Crystal Palace by 4-1. But as of in the UEFA Europa League though, they did quite well on that though, and qualified in second place to qualify anyways into the round of 16 in March. So they're okay in the European form, but as of in the Premier League, not looking good for them. But as of for Man City, for their lineup here for this afternoon, Ederson goal. We also got Guardiola, we got Laporte, Diaz, Kyle Walker, Chuese and Rodri, Jude Bellingham, Phil Foden, and got Messi up front, and also Karim Benzema. And the last time that these two actually met each other in the Premier League is ever since when Man City won the Premier League title at White Hart Lane last season, as Man City took it to the last game of the season with battle with Liverpool for that Premiership title on that night. But obviously a year later, they play each other again, and Spurs have got a team that wants to win here in this game this afternoon here on Boxing Day. Back-to-back poor form in the league, drew to Wolves, lost the last matchup last weekend to Aston Villa by 4-2, and even lost to Chelsea by 3-2, and they are dropping down the table, down to 10th in the league. and that's not looking good for Ange Postecoglou. There's a lot of pressure on him as manager for Spurs for this season. But here we go, and let's get the kickoff on the way right now between Tottenham and Manchester City here. And the first meeting since City won the league at White Hart Lane last season, and they play again this campaign. And here we go, and we are here for the match, kicking things off here between Spurs and Man City. Now here's Fekir, now pass there to Harry Kane. Now Kane now, lost control now to Laporte now for Man City here. Good defending there from them. And now Messi, lost it back now to Bissouma here now for Spurs. And I look for a pass now to Fekir. And now Fekir now to Song. Song now on the wing here. What's he going to do now? Song has a shot from there. What a goal for Song! What a great start! And Spurs got themselves in the lead. What a brilliant hit right there from Song. And no one didn't go towards Song with the ball, as all he had to do is being very calm outside of the penalty box and hits it from that range. And the goalkeeper could not stop that from going to the back of the net. But what a hit though from Song Heung-min, and the Korean right there makes it 1-0 to Spurs in the matchup. And they definitely march in right here, right now. And they need to get a result like this, Tottenham, because after poor form in the league, they seem like they want to try and hope for something here against the current holders of the Premier League title from last season, Manchester City. And we know the league table shows as well on the screen that obviously United are 4 points clear from Everton. They do actually play their matchup coming up a little bit later on the show. And do play Leicester City, and I know Everton did actually lose to United last weekend by 1-0 by a last-minute goal from Alex Telles. Stopped Man United from drawing that matchup and got themselves a victory to stop Everton from getting anything out of that game. And Everton's form so far this season has been absolutely magnificent. And I never expect Everton to be where they are currently in the Premier League under Sean Dyche's first season in charge, to be in that top 4 throughout that time. But here's Jude Bellingham now. Now to Messi. Hold it nice and tight here. And now it looks like Song won the ball back here now. Okay, free kick's been given. And now here's Kyle Walker. And now here's Jude Bellingham. And now Adugi. And now Bissouma. And now Fabinho. And now Bissouma here now. And now Phil Foden. Now Benzema. And now here's Messi. Has a cross in the box here for a header. Goal! And City are now back in level in the match for the first time. And Chiesa, the Italian, makes it 1-1. What a header right there for that man. Francisco Chiesa makes it 1-1 here for Manchester City in this matchup. The current holders of the Premier League title have got themselves level against Spurs in the match, and that is brilliant to see right there. But unfortunately for Lopez, he could not reach that ball, and that ball went past him, and now it is a goal to make it 1-1. And Pep Guardiola's side are now back level, and there's a great little blip there from City to concede a silly goal there by a goal from Son Heung-min. And now it looks like it means business for Man City to get that victory over Spurs. I don't really think that Spurs will win this matchup. They've lost to Chelsea, they drew to Wolves, they lost to Villa. There's a lot of pressure on Ange Postecoglou, in fact, as bad consistency in the league for them really shows that Spurs have to get something out of this match. Now here's Phil Foden meanwhile here, outside of the box. Maybe for a chance here for a shot, no, but Fabinho clears it away. And now here's Kulusevski here now for Tottenham. Maybe it could be a chance to go 2-1 here. And Spurs now on the attack. They're using the attack very nicely. They're in the box here. Fekir, good save from Ederson. And now Chiesa now. Lost it now to Porro. And now here's to Kane. Now to Porro. Kane. Good defending there from obviously Laporte. And we've got 1 minute left to go of the clock. Now here's Benzema. And now here's Fabinho. And that's going to be that for that first half at the Etihad Stadium, as it ends here at the break between these two sides, as Manchester City 1, Tottenham 1, going into the break here on Boxing Day. We are back here for the second half, and here we go between Spurs and Man City. It is 1-1, and now we are back here for the second half of this game. Now here's Song, and now is Fabinho, and now here's Chukwueze. All the way for a goal, maybe. Good defending there from Van der Ven, and now Porro. Now here's Fabinho. Now to Harry Kane. And by the way, Man City's next game's on New Year's Eve against Aston Villa at Villa Park. And that'll be a very interesting matchup to play between the two sides. Now Messi here. Benzema, save there from Lopez. And now back to his Rodri here for Man City. Now here's obviously Romero. Lost it back now to Bellingham. And now here's to Rodri. Rodri now looking for a shot, but good defending there from Romero now for Spurs. Now here's Bissouma. Okay, now lost it now back to Rodri. Now here's Messi. Good defender now. No, Doogie now won it back here for Spurs. Now here's Fekir. Fekir now might look for an option here for Spurs here for any chance in this match. Because Spurs done quite well in the first half to score that early goal by Song. Now Kulusevski here to make it 2 maybe here. Now Kulusevski. Now Fekir. And now Bissouma. Has a shot and it's gone obviously wide. And it's going to be now a goal kick here now for Ederson. Will take it here for City. Now here's Laporte. And now Chukwueze. And now here's to Phil Foden now to Benzema. And Spurs do actually play West Ham, by the way, in the London derby. And now here's Jude Bellingham now. Has a chance for a shot. What a goal for Jude Bellingham! And Man City, for the first time in this game, they are in the lead. And I think Spurs did quite well in the first half to put themselves in front in the first 10 minutes by Son Heung-min. But what a perfect hit for Jude Bellingham. And it is now 2-1 to City. And Lopez could not get to that ball at all for 1 minute. What a hit there from Jude. And I've got to say the City players will be very happy. They should be very proud to be in front. And we know obviously Man City, for them it'd be big for them to get anything out of this. And as they are leading the game 2-1 though. And now it's Kulusevski pushing forward here for Spurs. And obviously Man City, the current holders of the Premier League title from last season. And they are hoping to get something here this season, hopefully, to win the league again. But they have a very slow start, obviously, only picking up a few losses. They haven't drawn a game yet this season, by the way. They've drawn 0 out of the 13 matches they've played. They've lost 6 in the Premier League, and they actually lost of those. And then, there's a chance here for Fekir for a goal here to make it 2-2, and a save there from Ederson. And that was a good chance right there. It was in the game. And they've only won 8 matches out of 6 in the Premier League and drawn exactly 0 for City so far in the Premier League. A good save right there, all the way to the hands of Ederson. And hope they can actually, get something here, Spurs. It'd be good if they can, because it could be City winning here and catching up towards Liverpool and Everton, and also as well United for the Premier League title. And that's what City want to do. And now it's Bissouma now, looking for a pass there to Fekir. Now Fekir now. Chance here for Fekir. Now Son has a shot. Goal! Spurs in the last minute of the game. It's 2-2. And the captain for Tottenham scores another goal. 2 for him here for this afternoon's game on Boxing Day. And the way supporters of Spurs are going ballistic here. And how could Tottenham get a point here at the Etihad Stadium after a poor form of defeats in their last few games of the season? And then in Boxing Day here this afternoon, they got a draw over Man City. It's Man City's first point they've gained all season so far in the Premier League campaign. But it ends here for this afternoon, as it ends Manchester City 2, Tottenham 2 by the end of the matchup. And Song has saved Spurs from getting another defeat under their name here from this after this matchup here in Manchester this afternoon here, just 1 day after Christmas Day, as it ends 2-2 at full time. A very entertaining matchup. It ends here at the Etihad Stadium as Spurs took it to Man City in this game as it ended 2-2 at the Etihad Stadium this afternoon here on Boxing Day. And Alan, tell us your thoughts on the two sides, especially for Tottenham to show a lot of resilience in this game and not give up. I know Man City were the better team of the game, as you expect them to be, as they're at home, but Spurs came here and got themselves that point. And Song scored that last-minute goal to win them that point in the game. And how big point was it for Spurs here in this game this afternoon? Spurs take it to them in this matchup. They really not give up in this game. We all know Man City were the better team because they're the home team and they've got some real quality players in comparison to Spurs. But Spurs came here and got themselves a big point for them. I know Tottenham had a very, let's say, losable games in the last couple of matches so far in the league and lost to Aston Villa especially by 4-2. They dropped down the table to 10th in the league. And, you know, for Ange Postecoglou, he knows that there's a lot of pressure on him as a manager before going into this game here this afternoon, because losing back-to-back games isn't good for your team. And as of a Spurs' point of view, this is something they can really take. Maybe they might feel a bit disappointed that they didn't get the victory over Man City due to the fact that Spurs were leading in the first 10 minutes of the match. But however, I think overall in this game, I thought Spurs really did well today in this matchup and really gave it a heck of a matchup on Boxing Day. But as of a Man City, a very, let's say, disappointing to concede a last-minute goal from Song, and that really gave Man City a chance to try and catch up to Liverpool and also catch up to the league leaders Man United and Everton in the Premiership if they got a result here over Spurs this afternoon. But well done to Tottenham to get that point, and it felt like an even game between these two sides. Thank you very much there, Alan. Let's get straight now to the other coverage of all the other 8 games across the Premier League here on Matchday 14 on Boxing Day. A real nice counter-attack here from Celtic in the matchup here. Really push on forward here to put Celtic in the lead against fellow strugglers Brentford in the matchup. That's great run right there for the Japanese midfielder as Flacken could not really capture that save as the ball bounced his hand into his own net. And now it is 1-0 Celtic. But then Brentford got themselves a goal back in the matchup as Kasper Dolberg placed that ball past the goalkeeper Joe Hart, as now Brentford are level in the game here at the G-Tech Stadium. And now it's 1 apiece between the two sides. And 4 minutes into the second half of the matchup, Brentford got themselves in the lead for the first time. The breakthrough as Kasper Dolberg put the ball past Joe Hart to score his second goal in the matchup here at the G-Tech Stadium, as now Celtic are behind in this matchup. And then obviously another goal scored for Brentford again in the second half before wrapping up the matchup. A goal right there from Brian Burbo. Puts the ball there past the goalkeeper. Joe Hart couldn't stop him, unfortunately so, as Brian Burbo makes Brentford win the game here as it ends the Bees 3, Celtic 1. There was only one goal involved in this matchup here between West Ham United and Crystal Palace in this London derby, as it ends here at the London Stadium, as it ends West Ham United 1, Crystal Palace 0, and Gerald Bowen was the only goal scorer in the matchup for the Hammers here from this Boxing Day afternoon. And the Foxes of Leicester City got themselves in the lead in the game. It's a great pass there from Kieran Dewsbury-Hall to pass to James Maddison to place the ball past Jordan Pickford to put Everton behind and Leicester City go in front by 1-0 in this matchup. And Everton had a very good start to the season in the Premier League, but lost to United in their last matchup from last weekend. And could they get back in winning ways? They got themselves a goal right here from Dominic Calvert-Lewin in the second half to finally put themselves level in the game. A great pass right there from Richarlison all the way to Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Great teamwork between the both, and now it's 1-1. But however, Everton got themselves a corner in the 79th minute of the matchup as a header right there from Doucouré right into that top corner, and Schmeichel couldn't reach to that, unfortunately so, as Everton are back in winning ways after losing to Manchester United from last weekend, as those two teams, United and Everton, are battling at each other at the top end of the table going into leaving Boxing Day on match day 14. A perfect start for Sheffield United here. Two strugglers of the Premier League play each other here on Boxing Day, and Sheffield United got themselves that first goal in the match up there by McAtee there, as the Blades put themselves in the lead here at the Ibrox Stadium. And then Rangers got themselves back in level terms here in a snowy day in Glasgow, as Danilo passed the ball, beats past the goalkeeper Foderingham, as now Rangers are level in the game here, as he took out over 3 defenders before he placed that ball into that top corner, and the keeper couldn't do nothing about that, unfortunately. And then Rangers finally got themselves in the lead for the first time in the game, as Danilo again really ran through the defenders of Sheffield United, and the ball deflected off of one of the players at Sheffield United, a deflection to his own net, as now Rangers now lead here by 2 goals to 1, and 2 from Danilo by an own goal deflection from the leg of the Sheffield United defender. But then Sheffield United got themselves a late corner in the matchup and secured themselves a point over Rangers here at the Ibrox Stadium, as Rangers are looking for their first win at home this season, as it ends here at the Glasgow Ibrox Arena, as Rangers 2, Sheffield United 2 at the end of the game here in this Premier League matchup. It was a very poor game for Chelsea in this matchup here on Boxing Day, as Dominic Solanke slopped that ball past Courtois to put Brighton in the lead in the first half. Great 1v1 right there from Dominic Solanke, and he found where to put the ball past the keeper, through him, and it's now 1-0 to the Seagulls here at Stamford Bridge. And then Chelsea got themselves a goal back in the matchup in the second half, as Tammy Abraham makes it here 1-1 in the match, and there's a little bit of hope for Chelsea to get back in the game here at Stamford Bridge here from Boxing Day afternoon. But unfortunately, in the last kick of the game, Brighton Hove Albion got themselves that late goal from Danny Welbeck, as a header right there from a rebound from the goalkeeper's hands, as unfortunately the game ended as Chelsea 1, Brighton 2. Wolverhampton Wanderers in the second half got themselves in the lead in the matchup here at the Emirates Stadium, as a good goal right there scored by Wang Hee Chang. 1v1 to the goalkeeper, like he did against Norwich in the last game, as Arsenal are behind here on Boxing Day. But however, Arsenal got themselves back level, as Bukayo Saka ran through the defenders and scored past Jose Sarr to put Arsenal level in the matchup to make it 1-1. Nice little turn around the Wolves defenders, as hopefully Arsenal can get the result here at home. But bad news for Arsenal, as Wolverhampton Wanderers won a game against Arsenal on Boxing Day. A real poor run so far this season in the Premier League. That victory right there for Wolves gets them out of the relegation zone, as Ruben Neves wins Wolves the game by 2 goals to 1, as Arsenal lose here on Boxing Day as an unlikely result for them in this matchup. A very entertaining game in the first half for both sides, especially starting with Aston Villa, as a great pass there from Ollie Watkins, the pass there to Moussa Diaby to score another goal this season here under his name for Aston Villa, to put Villa in the lead before half time. And even before half time, 2 minutes later, Leeds United, before the end of that first half of the game, by a goal there for Leeds with Patrick Bamford to slot the ball through the legs of Emiliano Martinez, as it ends here at Ellen Road as Leeds United 1, Aston Villa 1 at full time. A very good start for Liverpool, as the ball headed into the crossbar and then rebounding back there to Rafael Leao to put that ball past the keeper there, Angus Gunn, to put Liverpool in the lead in the game. and there's a rebound from the crossbar, and it went back to Liverpool there, and it's 1-0 there to Liverpool in the matchup here at Anfield here on Boxing Day. And if this carried on for Liverpool, as Darwin Núñez scored another goal for Liverpool to make it 2 past the Norwich goalkeeper Angus Gunn, and great attacking play right there from Darwin Núñez, the Uruguayan, as now it is 2-0 to the Reds in this matchup. And then Liverpool in the second half got themselves the third goal of the matchup as Darwin Núñez scores his second goal in the game and wins the matchup here at Anfield on Boxing Day as it ends Liverpool 3, Norwich City 0. The official Premier League results on Boxing Day on match day 14 as it ends here as Arsenal 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 2, Brentford 3, Celtic 1, Chelsea 1, Brighton 2, Leeds 1, Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 3, Norwich City 0, Leicester City 1, Everton 2, Man City 2, Tottenham 2, Newcastle United 0, Manchester United 0, Rangers 2, Sheffield United 2 and West Ham United 1, Crystal Palace 0. And the official table of the Premier League shows that United are still top on 1 point above Everton in the Premier League, as we have Liverpool and Man City are in 3rd and 4th. But as of for Aston Villa, they've climbed up the table up to 5th place, only 2 points from Man City, and unfortunately Chelsea have dropped down to 6th and Arsenal dropped down to 8th. After losing here against Wolves in their match day, and as for Chelsea against Brighton also in their home game also here from this Boxing Day afternoon. In the bottom half of the table of the Premier League, as we do now have West Ham are 11th in the league with 21 points, and Leicester City are 12th with 17 points, as Palace are 13th with 15 points, with Leeds with 15 points, and 15th Brentford with 15 points. But as of the Wolves, they are up to 16th in the Premier League, while Celtic are 17th in the Premier League, and also Norwich City, Sheffield United and Rangers occupy the bottom 3 going into New Year's Eve for the next match day of the Premier League. And speaking of New Year's Eve, we have 2 matches to be live on BBC Match of the Day, as we have Manchester United will take on Chelsea, and also 5th place Aston Villa, who climbed up the Premier League table. They take on 4th place side Man City, and could Villa get those 3 big points to go above Man City in 4th place by the end of next week going into 2025. But that's all we have time for here for the coverage here for Boxing Day Match of the Day coverage here for all the games across the Premier League, and I hope you enjoyed the coverage here for myself here today, Gary Lineker, and we'll see you on New Year's Eve for next Tuesday. Have a great night.